Hi, I'm Sharon Jameson, and I am the CEO and the founder of the Jameson Group. And a couple of years ago, I wrote a book called Deciding to Soar. And in this book, I talk about the importance of understanding that some gifts come with a got. Some gifts come with a got. In other words, some gifts are not really treasures, they are traps. And we have to be discerning because sometimes you cannot receive gifts from everybody who wants to provide something for you. So I want you to consider four important things that I think it's critical that we think about as we go into 2019. The first thing is important is to remember sometimes when people throw you a rope, they might try to dictate how fast you climb. In other words, sometimes people are going to try to determine how successful you are. The question is, or the challenge is sometimes you are successful quicker than other people are successful. But sometimes it has nothing to do with you. We can plant the seed, we can nurture the seed, we can water the seed, and oftentimes it is God that gives the increase. So I want you to remember that if people come into your life and they throw you a rope, they should not also have the privilege of dictating how fast you climb. The second thing that people try to dictate sometimes is how far you climb. Is how fast. The second one is how far. I think sometimes people want to put a limit and they want to keep you in a box based on their comfort level with your success. Oftentimes, people are only happy if their success is bigger than your success. If you get a car, they're only happy if their car is faster. If you lose 5 pounds, they're only happy if they lose 10 pounds. You get a big house, they're only happy if their house is bigger. You always have people in your life who enjoy playing this one-upsman game. So be careful when people give you a rope or give you something and then they want to determine how high you climb or how successful you can be, as if they are obligated or if they have permission to limit your success. So that's how fast, how far. The third thing people like to dictate to you is how full you climb. And what that means is that sometimes we have gifts. And when we start to operate in those gifts, we realize that we have more gifts that we never tapped into. So we start to be a speaker, then a writer, then a blogger, then an author, then a facilitator. Then we grow and grow and grow. We start to diversify. Some people will be uncomfortable with you diversifying your talents and your skills or your career. Be careful when people try to keep you in a narrow, myopic playing field because they are uncomfortable or jealous or envious of your ability to diversify. Remember, a person should not be able to dictate how fast, how far, but also how full you are successful, because your success is not based on their permission nor their validation or their acceptance, but on your own full utilization of your gifts and also God's favor. The fourth thing people like to dictate to you is what folks climb with you. In other words, some people will try to dictate who you are connected to. This is what I learned in my life. Sometimes when we are collaborating with people, there are always people who want you to only collaborate with them and forsake others. But we have to understand on this road called entrepreneurship, we have to be able to connect with people who are loyal, people where there's an intersection, people where there's chemistry and mutuality and reciprocity. And be careful that a person doesn't give you something and then they want to dictate who you sell to, who you promote to, who you collaborate with. Nobody has the power to dictate who you interact and who you work with. So be careful of those four things. Remember, you and only you have the power to determine how fast you climb, how far you climb, how full you climb, as well as what folks you climb with. That's your permission, your responsibility, and you are accountable for your own gift. So I want you to think about that as you go into this new year and just dare to soar higher, making sure that you totally exploit and discover and amplify your giftedness, and know that nobody should have the power nor the privilege to determine how far your distance, how how fast you're paced, how full, how much you diversify, and what people you spend time with. I hope this helps, and blessings to you always.